she's so dramatic, post a caption, I say no regrets, but that's just to cover up, I know the truth, I lie to tag.
So since my Chinese teacher didn't show up, I went out to the backyard and fixed parts of the fence. So I was hammering different nails in, and long story short, I really hate handyman work. I really don't like it. It makes me, just really don't like it, which is why I do languages. So essentially in the chorus, I guess you would say, the first thing it says, hoy me voy a enamorar. So hoy me voy a enamorar, which essentially means something to the effect of like, today I'm going to fall in love. Essentially to that effect. Sunday now, 11 o'clock, wait. French lesson cha. Bachi 12 o'clock lawn mow. Bachi 1:30 French lesson. Gem? So? Diagon Alley? On Sunday? Kitla wage? 10 to 5 maybe? I don't want to. Hey, monkey. Rosita monkey. Rosita monkey. Do monkey go? Because probably what would be easiest, kind of where my head is going, is whenever I work with kindergarten, grade 1, that age group, and especially for working on things like writing, reading, often, I mean not always, but often children don't always enjoy that. It's not always their favorite thing. They'd rather play, they'd rather do other things. And so probably what would make sense is if we had like an hour or an hour and a half blocked off. I worked with one of them for 30 or 45 minutes, then worked with the other one for 30 or 45 minutes. Chinese lesson to Chinese lesson. Did you know? We have Chinese lesson. I have Chinese lesson. Rustika doesn't have Chinese lesson. 那鸡肉是 chicken， 但是也是 muscle， 但是是别的鸡，对不对？是这个鸡，对，但是发音是一样的。What's new in the world of Kyle? Long time no see. I've not seen your face, heard your voice in a long time.
Last time we did French was in May.
My vlogs before, my vlogs weren't daily. They were every, I don't know, call it 3 days a week, things like that. But I've started to do more like daily stuff, because I find that when I'm in my lessons, I get so many questions about different languages and I would think what are useful answers. And so I was like, oh yeah, if I've just got a camera on me at virtually all times, then I can pick out some of the couple little like parts that are useful for people. Like if someone's watching that's learning French, they could see and be like, oh cool, that's interesting, I didn't know that. Or if someone's learning English and be like, oh cool, that's interesting, I didn't know that, or whatever it is. Yeah. So I want to do it for that reason. Also just because I think it'll be really cool, like long term, as I learn different languages, if everything's documented day after day after day after day after day after day, 3 years later it's like, oh wow, Azren's really good at Chinese now. Holy moly, how did that happen? Well, you can literally watch the process. I moved on and now you're bored. My new relationship is popping something you can't ignore. I seen this play out before. Basically, only know the same meaning. In spoken French, people tend to use on.
But in written, on is just for like it, right?
In written, on is like it. Can you elaborate? Maybe. What do you think of that?
Instead of just saying the cat all the time, you say it.
No, not it.
Or the over there.
So that's another fun one, because in French there is no. It's harder to find an it. For example, there's a spider here. In English, squish it or kill it.
Yeah.
For French, you would have to say kill her.
Lovely.
Because l'araignée, une araignée.
So all in nous is almost the same.
They're essentially identical.
Okay.
Estudio, que estudio, así, significa what do I study.
Okay.
What, ¿entiendes? Que estudió, what did he study, or what did she study, or what did he, sí, claro. Así que tú dijiste que estudio. ¿Qué me cuentas?
¿Qué me cuentas?
Sí,
okay.
me cuentas.
Ok.
¿No
Pero, sí, pero nunca escuché esta expresión, ¿no?
Ah, es súper común.
Sí.
Súper, súper común, sí. ¿Qué me cuentas? Es como, what's new? What's new? Sí. Man, I totally agree with one of the things that you said there. It's interesting how different cultures and different countries and yeah, different cultures, different countries, they do actually have a lot of different gestures. I'm not sure how much you've really traveled around, but it's quite fascinating that in a lot of countries I've visited, people indicate and gesture things very differently. Like, for example, a very practical one, and this isn't really a gesture actually, but I guess it's a hand motion you could call it. In China, I wish you could see my hands, but they don't count the same way on their fingers that we do. They actually can count to 10 all on one hand. So 6, basically, for example, instead of having one hand with the 5, one hand with the 1, they essentially will take one hand, stick out their thumb, stick out their pinky, and that equals 6. So it's like all their fingers are down, pinky's out, thumb is out, and that's 6. And there's lots of different examples now, like France, I know when I lived there, I've spent a lot of time there. They also have their own gestures that we don't have, at least in Canada where I live. But yeah, interesting stuff. Keep up the good work. Hey everyone, how's it going? AZREN here. Hope you guys are doing well. For anyone who's watching the video version of this, I've got my headphones in currently because I'm shooting this on, or rather recording this, I should say, on Anchor as well, as you guys can see on the camera. Anchor, if you guys are not following me, you guys have to check this out. Such a freaking cool app. I'm loving it. I've recently been featured and it is amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Link in the YouTube video description. And today I want to talk about something that is relatively cliche and yet incredibly important when you're actually learning a new language, which is goal setting. I've sat with a student now for many hours and we're just not really making a ton of progress because a student is incredibly unclear as to what direction he wants to take our language lessons. Literally, we will sit down and in our lessons, we will spend time on such a variety of different topics because he doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know if he wants to really push his writing forward. He doesn't know if he wants to get his speaking better. He doesn't know if he wants to just be able to, you know, improve his accent. Like, he has no freaking clue. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, Azren, ¿puedes verme?
No.
No, ¿verdad?
No,
Espera,
no te veo.
Voy a volver a llamarte. Tengo un problema con mi cámara.
Yeah, okay. Had a camera problem. Yeah, I was just able to see like his belly basically. Camera was like facing down, so guess he's gonna fix his camera now. We'll go wait till he calls me back.